Hello learner, my name is Dickens and we are talking about salts, and in today's lesson we want to discuss how you can obtain crystals from any given salt solution. So we started that by obtaining the solution itself, and we shall use copper sulfate as our example. So we are talking about obtaining crystals from a solution. The one you are going to consider is copper sulfate. So our subheading under this is obtaining copper sulfate crystals. Obtaining a copper sulfate crystal. So let us start by preparing the copper sulfate solution first, and then from there we shall see how we can now get the crystals from the solution itself. So the procedure is as follows. So first, number one, you place about 20 centimeters cubed of water in a beaker. So you just measure that one using a measuring cylinder. Then number two, you add a spatula full of copper sulfate. We want to prepare the solution first. Then from the solution we shall obtain the crystals. So you add a spatula full of copper sulfate to the beaker as you stir. So we are simply stirring to make sure that the solid crystals that we are having are able to dissolve in the water. Thirdly, continue adding copper sulfate crystals until no more can dissolve. You'll realize at one point when you add more and more copper sulfate, none of it will dissolve. So we are saying the point at which no more crystals are able to dissolve, we are saying that that solution has reached a point of saturation. So such a solution, you're going to call it a saturated solution, one in which no more solute can dissolve. Then after that, you decant the resulting solution. Decant the resulting solution onto an evaporating basin or evaporating dish, and then from there you heat the solution until it is about to form crystals. So how will you know? How will you be able to tell that the solution is now ready to form crystals? We do that by using a glass rod. So we shall take a glass rod and then you dip into that saturated solution, and then you hold it in the air, and then you observe the glass rod. When you see crystals on the glass rod, after allowing it to cool, it will mean the solution is ready to form crystals. So if it is ready to form crystals, we now stop heating and allow it to cool. So that brings us to the next point in our procedure. You allow the saturated solution to cool. we have said you are allowing it to cool after confirming that it is ready to form crystals. And we have said, how do you tell that it is ready to form crystals? By dipping a glass rod into that solution and holding it in the air. Once the glass rod has cooled, the solution, you'll be able to see crystals on the glass rod. And for that case, you'll now stop heating. And then, lastly, is you dry the crystals formed using or between filter papers. So we shall see why we are using filter papers to dry the crystals formed. So this is how our apparatus will look like. So remember, we are heating the saturated solution.